I have so much to talk to you about.
Let's get in, man.
I want to get into all of it.
The water's warm. Let's get in.
Congrats on everything, yeah.
Thanks.
What a year you've had. You got nominated for an Oscar for The Banshees.
Yeah.
You got your own star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
Come on.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yes. My son was very excited about it. Henry, he got super excited about it, and I'd be a little more shy. But yes, I mean, I run Hollywood Boulevard a few times a week.
You do?
Yeah, at night.
Yeah.
I go on night runs down Hollywood Boulevard.
Do you know where your star is going to be?
I don't, but I hope it's not outside like a...
Yeah, I know. There's some shit.
Yeah, there's some dodgy places.
Yeah. But no, it'll be.
Even a vape store would be fine.
You'll take it.
Even though I gave those things up. Yeah.
But when you're looking at your
free
career,
vapes for the rest of your life.
When
I
you're
don't know, people get to walk on my name and spit on me and.
No. But when you see this and hear these stories about you getting nominated for an Oscar, you got your own star, did you think, oh, this is my career path?
I know. Anytime you're part of, but or even the Oscars was just to be part of the history of the film industry is really exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, meeting Steven Spielberg for the first time I was 23 or 4.
What was that for?
It was for, he did a film called Minority Report about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I just made myself younger than I am. About 28 years ago. And I met him. He was shooting something else.
What's he like?
I was told, lovely.
He is.
Yeah, and I was told, just sit in the trailer, go out to this studio on this day. He wants to meet you maybe for a partner film with Tom Cruise. And I thought, Jesus. So I went out. I decided to accept the meeting.
Yeah, that's a...
And I went out and I sat in the trailer and then the door opened and in walked. I mean, I grew up watching everything Indiana Jones, E.T., Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh, he's unbelievable. He's the
He played
coolest.
such a huge part of my upbringing.
Absolutely.
And then he walked with a plate and 2 sardine sandwiches on the plate. Random.
Wow. Sardines.
Kind of charming.
Sardine sandwiches.
And he shared, yeah. And I said, oh, sardines. I said, do you like sardines? They're a bit of a deal breaker for some people. And he said... And he said...
They are a little bit.
He said, yeah, omega oils, good fish oils are good for the... Whatever. I was letting Steven's secret out of the bag. It's all about the fish oils.
Really?
And, and he said, you want a sandwich? And I said, yeah, OK. And I sat down with Spielberg for 20 minutes.
This is the funniest thing. Wait.
I sat down with Steven for 20 minutes.
And you ate a sardine sandwich with Steven
I ate
Spielberg.
one of his... Yeah, he gave me 50% of his lunch. He had two pieces of toast with sardines squished onto them, and I had a sardine sandwich, and he had a sardine sandwich.
So
we both left his trailer smelling like but I got a job. I got a job and a sardine sandwich out of it. Yeah. So that was a moment. Like meeting him was a huge but I get pinch me moments all the time, you know. Still.
I was talking earlier in the show, and I went to go see Batman with the Batman, and I loved it, and I thought it was great, and Zoe was great, and Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, everyone did wonderful.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I left, and my buddy goes, Colin Farrell was great. And I go, yeah. Huh? Like, Colin Farrell was not in this movie at all. And
buried.
Dude, you crushed
buried,
me.
man.
You got me, buddy.
Yeah, Mike Marino got you. He's the makeup artist who designed the whole thing.
You're
you know?
acting the whole thing.
Thanks,
I've
man.
never. What a performance, buddy! It was unbelievable.
Have you ever
amazing.
done anything like that? Have you ever been buried beneath? Thank you.
Look at this. This is insane.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this.
That was actually this is.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah, I still look at it and go, that's mad. Yeah, reminds me of the old days. That's what I felt like. I didn't ever look like that, but that's what I felt like back in the day. But yeah, it's amazing what they created, and amazing to be able to get the chance.
They
to
did
just
such
really
a great job.
You disappear in a second as soon as the makeup goes on, which took 3 hours every morning.
Yeah, was that right?
Yeah.
It makes you get into character, huh?
Big time.
Yeah.
Those 3 hours sitting in the chair, we play music, Mike and the team, and
What's it like getting out of the makeup? That's got to be refreshing.
3 hours in, 40 minutes out, like being reborn.
It is,
I'm
right?
not joking you.
You can't help it. No, that's right.
Every night the thing would come off, the hair, that start with the wig and the skull cap, and then this piece, and then that piece, and by the end of it, it was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got the accent down. What did you base the accent on, the character?
Jessica Drake, my dialect coach I worked with, she has a whole library of various accents from all over the world based on interviews she's done and interviews she's lifted off YouTube. And so we listened to a bunch of accents. And then there was some apartment building manager from the 80s that she spoke to and did an interview with. And he just had the lovely, very thick New York accent, but it was really lovely and it was full of character. And he used to keep talking about gefilte fish. I never even knew what a gefilte fish was. I still haven't tasted it, but I know what it is now.
Yeah,
And
gefilte
fish became kind of an anchor. If Jessica felt my accent was disappearing a little bit or I needed to anchor it again, she'd come up and she'd go, gefilte fish.
And if you say gefilte fish, it get you right into the...
Yeah, gefilte fish, yeah.
It's just unbelievable. I just love it. And what's it like filming in the middle of all this?
Oh, it's magic.
New York City.
Yeah, I mean, you have to record everything after the fact because the car horns beeping and sirens go.
Go,
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's magic being in the city, man.
Because when it works, it works.
Oh, it's just, but it always works. And you got to get in step with it, you know, because film crews, all of us casts, people who make movies, whatever area they approach it from, you know, they can come into places and take over. And they come into neighborhoods and take over. I work in films and I'll still curse it if they're in my neighborhood and be like, Jesus Christ, I just want to get to the house. I live over there.
Yeah, hurry up with the scene already. Don't take it.
But here you got it. It's like working with animals, children. They're the boss. You know, it's great. Everyone else has to take a back seat. And New York's like that. New York is the boss. You come in, you're at its whims, you're on its pace, its timeline. And it's just so full of life and full of energy. I mean, they built extraordinary sets for this as well. Like the production design was amazing. But anytime you're in a practical location, it's just sweet.
What do we tell everyone? How do we set up what the Penguin's about?
It's about, I don't know, how do we set up? Yeah, it's about a lot. It's about Oz Cobb's rise at the end of the Batman film. Carmine Falcone's character, who's the main criminal lord in Gotham, his character is taken out, and there's a vacuum for power, and there's a struggle in Gotham for power supremacy, and it's about Oz's rise through that, which coincides with Sophia Falcone, Carmine's daughter, getting released from Arkham, and her trying to figure out what her place is in the world as well now. And Kristen Milioti, who you had on the other night, who's amazing in the show.
Everyone's very excited. I want to show a clip. Here's Colin Farrell in The Penguin. Take a look at this.
Maybe you don't like me. It's fine. I'm an acquired taste. But I make you money. And I got wind of a shipment coming in. I don't want to tout it too much, but it's big. In fact, it's got the potential to revolutionize the drug business.
What kind of shipment?
I can't reveal the details yet. No, but it's brand new. Something that'll help us expand beyond drops. And all you guys gotta do is sit back and reap the rewards. I'll oversee the whole thing, you know, use some of the crew, I'll run it out of the plant. Was that a yes, or?
Whoa, come on! Who is that? Welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Everything good?
Pretty good.
Yeah, things are going pretty well, yeah.
Pretty good.
Oh, I wanted to ask you quickly about this. I heard this story, I don't know if it's true or not, and if it's not true, we can cut it out of the show.
Okay.
But did you audition for Wicked?
I did.
And
I sure did.
You did?
Yeah. Yes. Wicked is like one of my favorite musicals. I was there the night it reopened after the pandemic. Like, I love Wicked.
Yeah,
And
me too.
they called me and asked if I would want to audition for Elphaba, which is the Green Witch.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, very exciting. But I was like, really? Do I have to sing the like
Yeah,
that's-
oh yeah, they are.
Like, that's like
Yeah, the commercial,
that's
yes,
a big
of course.
part of it. I'd say that's the part. It's like the best. You know, I'm sure everyone here has seen Wicked. It's like the best. It's end of Act 1
It's
of all
powerful.
time. She flies and she goes.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah. Oh my God, yes, of course. And will they need the like? And they were like, yeah, let's check. So they actually will need the and I was like, okay.
Okay, pressure's on.
Got it. So I had 2 weeks, and this was also my first in-person audition since COVID. So, like, I hadn't been in a room with people. Anyway.
Little rusty.
Little shaky.
Yeah.
Not great for singing, not great for high notes.
No.
And I just found myself, like, walking around my apartment. It was like the telltale heart. Like, all I could hear was, like, and anytime I would talk to someone, I would, like, be, like, 500 miles away, just, like, quietly thinking of, like, like, over and over and over.
Like, I gotta nail it.
And then the big day comes, and they're like, you know, and they're so nice, and they're lovely, and they're like, come on in. Oh my gosh, so nice to meet you, blah blah blah. And I'm like, it's so nice to meet you too. Like, with my
Your actual voice is
yeah,
like,
and you can feel like I can just feel myself being like, and so what do you want to begin with? And we start singing through the songs, and I'm like doing it. Like, we're singing the songs, we're like getting through. We're hitting When I Meet the Wizard, we're hitting Not That Girl, like all these things. And
Kristen,
then
great.
they were like, are you ready for the big boy? And I was like, yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, let's do it. I can do this. And they start the music, and this like calmness washes over me, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be like a 90s movie, like it's gonna be slow-mo, like League of Their Own. Like, I'm actually gonna be able to do it.
Wow.
Like, I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna hit this crazy note that I've been obsessing over. And I like opened my mouth wide, I took a deep breath, and the sound that escaped me is something I will hear on my deathbed. Like, I will never not hear what I did in that room.
Really?
It was disgusting. It was like...
No.
No, it was. It was like when you hear coyotes attack as a group. Like, it was horrible. It was like there was an injury. It sounded terrible. And then the worst part is that there was like this silence that followed. And especially like, oh my God, like, and I knew what I'd done, and they knew what I'd done, and they had these like, sort of like plastered smiles, and they were so nice, and they were like, Kristen, thank you so much. And I was like, oh no, you know, like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That being said, I mean, I am so excited for that movie, and specifically Cynthia Erivo.
Cynthia
who
Erivo got cast.
Is who should be singing that? Like,
Cynthia Erivo's not like, yeah, it's like,
oh my
it's like,
God, I saw her.
oh, I
in
played the
Color-
guitar to get the audition. Yeah, we gave it to
Totally.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
I saw her in The Color Purple, and when she sings, like, you know, it's like a spirit. I leapt to my feet every time. I cannot wait to
She's
hear.
phenomenal, but you are phenomenal too. I want to
Thank
hear
you.
you sing.
No,
You should do a
no,
musical.
no, but
Please, you're great. You know you are.
I want to do.
All right, you should do a musical.
I'm dying to do a musical. I
Yes.
don't think that like my voice necessarily fits the like.
For that one, yeah.
Like that, you know. That's. I wish it did.
I want to talk about The Penguin.
Sure. Okay.
It's on HBO. This is for everyone's buzzing about this, talking about this. You debuted this at Comic-Con in
Yes.
San Diego this summer.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it was outrageous. It was like getting hit by a Mack truck in the best way. I mean, I'm such a huge Batman fan.
Yeah.
And I've been like wanting to play a Batman villain my entire life. And I grew up on these movies, and it's like wildly profound and moving to me. And so to be in
This
a
is
room...
like, how many people are we talking?
6,000.
6,000 people
6,000
that love
people
Batman.
that love Batman.
Oh yeah, don't
And then
mess with my Batman.
Yeah, and we showed them this trailer that they'd showed me before, which is like it was like, they love dropping trailers.
Yep.
They're like, well, this is a new trailer. But
Yep.
it shows my character in Arkham, which was like, you know, for someone who loves Batman, when they put that uniform on me, I was like, oh my God, it's canon. Like, you know, so excited. So to get to watch 6,000 people, to get to watch that with 6,000 people was like, my blood was seltzer. I was like, like floating.
Your blood
you know,
was seltzer.
My blood was
Yeah,
seltzer.
that's really
and
good.
then I like had to sleep for 3 days afterward because it was like the most
That's so
fabulous
exciting.
adrenaline
It
rush.
crushed.
Oh yeah.
I have to say that when Colin Farrell did the Penguin and the Batman, it was unbelievable. I didn't know it was him.
It's crazy.
I
No,
finished the
makeup
movie.
It's outrageous.
Everything. Normally, if I see it, I can kind of see it. I go, that
Yeah.
person's going like, they're wearing a rubber mask, and you go, yeah, I get it.
Totally.
I did not understand.
No,
I go,
and-
what do you mean he was in that movie?
Yeah, and up close, you know, it's so real. It moves. It's like
This is Colin Farrell, one of my favorite actors. He's
Oh my God,
unbelievable,
extraordinary.
right? Yeah, and then
One of
this
our
is
best.
this is him as Oz Cobb as the Penguin.
there he is. There's my guy.
No, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
Look at
it's
this.
unbelievable, and such a testament to Mike Marino, who did that makeup.
What's it like talking to this guy and then this guy?
Well, it's interesting because I'd only met Colin, this Colin.
Yeah.
The one.
Yeah.
A few times in person, and we shot together for 8 months, and I only knew Oz. And it's so strange because I associate, I know those eyes and that voice so well from just being like, how was your weekend? You know, whatever.
Yeah.
And so when I see him outside of that, it's like very jarring because Oz is more of a real person who I've spent more time with than Colin.
That's
and it
odd.
feels like someone has like Freaky Friday or body swap. It's like something's like wrong. It feels like when you've been like riding a bicycle all day and then like you get off the bicycle and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like I saw him a couple times outside of makeup and it was like a cat with socks on. I didn't love it. Because it's just so jarring.
But when you do these, you're not allowed to tell anyone anything. It's
Yeah.
all secretive.
Yes.
I mean, are you good at that, or do you do?
I mean, no. I mean, I probably. I mean, I like.
Well, you can't even say. Can you say who?
I mean, I like tell my friends.
You do?
I know. Well, you got
Good for you. Good. I'm glad someone admitted. Finally, they admitted. You tell your friends.
Like tell your friends. I mean, I'm like, don't tell anyone.
Yeah, and they did.
But,
They didn't.
You know, and they didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're good friends.
Yeah.
What can we say about this without giving too much away?
Well.
We're all your friends.
Yeah. You're all my friends, right? I would say that. So I play Sophia Falcone, and Oz and I battle it out for who's going to run Gotham. We're like each other's villains. And it sort of follows us as we battle for control of the city.
How fun.
I know.
How fun
Yeah,
it is.
I know, it's
I
very
want to
fun.
show a clip. Here's Kristen Milioti in The Penguin. Take a look.
You think you know what's best for me? You think you know what I need? How are you any different than those bricks in there?
No, that ain't what I'm saying, Sophie.
Very, very convenient that all of a sudden you're on my side. Well, you look at that, right? My little helper.
All right.
Desperate. You are scrambling for whatever dignity you have left, and you're hoping I will save you. Not gonna happen. I don't know you thing.
No, you're right, you don't. I owe you.
Whoa! Come on! Kristen Milioti, The Penguin, premieres September 19th on HBO and Max.
Hey, hey.